I want to start with the Jill Clements, according to the courts from yesterday. CRB250042402-A through G. I want to explain myself to everyone first, who I am. As you know, I'm a Turkish American, and my ex-wife, she's African American. I have 2 mixed kids, and Avon is an upper middle class neighbor, completely white American. And there's a bunch of racists and narcissists and fascist people lives here. Most of them working in the city of Avon, and I'm giving the names right now. And I'm doing farming. Actually, I used to have animals. They got them. I'm going to take them back in next week. I have a final in court with the APL, and I have a bunch of other issues with them too, and with the Avon police and stuff. But I don't want to be involved here. I just want to go straight with the Jill Clements. I just want to be explained to myself. And I am an illegal tomatoes dealer, cucumber dealer, and also is the zucchini and what else I'm growing, and peppers, and these are all illegal. And why people hate me here? Because this kind of vegetables and stuff, I'm doing illegal activities in Avon, and people is so high society, and they don't like the farmers here, and that's my problem. Plus my race and my Turkish flag in the front of my house, and my kids color, my accent, and why people's attacking me here. That's the biggest problem. And why I want to be explained. That's not only myself, and I'm potential terrorist, you know. Okay. Now is the after I explained to myself, I just want to start with the start questions. These questions start with the Jill Clements and Mr. Mooney, which is he's my attorney. I testified myself yesterday, by the way. I don't want him to be involved with this crap, and because he has to work with the cities and stuff, I want to testify by myself, because I have been getting this discrimination in years, and I don't want him to be between me and then the city, because city has been pushing him, I know, because get the information, what kind of information I have it, and I didn't want him to be between us to get the damage. And I told him I'm going to testify by myself, and just sit next to me, and whatever the things, if I need the help from you, and then just tell me. And he said sure, and then we asked and approved from the judge approved it, and I testified by myself in the court. Anyways, the Mr. Mooney told me is a couple of 2 times during the winter time. This is not a new case. It has been going on since last year. Is the August 18 they filed these cases. City of Avon want me to settle the case, and also he said ask me take down the signs. That's all they want. Be honest with you, it is A through G, 7 different cases, but they want me to take the signs down and move the trees back 15 feet, and that's it. And asked this question, she said yes, that's all they wanted. And actually, I was going to move the trees like before the accident, but after the mayors came to my house, I changed my mind. Because when I do the right turns from my house, it's hard to see. I decided I'm not doing. I'm gonna be explained when I come to the mayor. And question number 2. And on to the last court days, Mr. Mooney gave me the copy of the City of Avon case CRB2500402-A, B, C, D, E, F, G. However, I cannot clearly see the pictures because they are all black. The last page contains the blueprint, which is this things. We call the Exhibit 1A. It is drawn by somebody. And was this blueprint prepared by the City of Avon? She said yes. It is Chagrin Valley Engineer. The name She doesn't know who did it. There is no stamp on it, and there is no signature on it. And can the person who prepared it is there is no print, name, signature, stamp, copy, records, or nothing. Nothing is on it. But my information, Haydar Bektaş, my address 36621 Kinzel Road, my parcel number, my deeded 1.22 acres, their calculation 0.97 acres, because the cities put the stakes around my property. I'm going to come there in a minute. And everything is there, but whoever wrote this blueprint is not there. At least I have a record from the court, and Shagar and Valley engineered it. And I can able to go from that point. And I want to go back to the question number one. And I believe Ms. Clements says after I moved the trees, she asked, and I need to hold the fields, like whatever when I move the trees. I think she thinks about I'm gonna move the holes like these, and I need to restore the ground and then put the grass on it. Is that correct? She said yes. Okay, and then I said, this is not our topics, because I was not going to ask this thing, but they mention it because there is a 2026 sidewalk programs that's coming up in City of Avon. And why I said it is the 2026 sidewalk programs is where my trees are at, and it goes on it. I said, which is this paper I mentioned is the 2B. It's right there. It's from you. She said yes, it's by me. She signed it and everything right there. Okay, and then we cleared it up. I said, I believe Ms. Clements signed a letter April 15, which is that letter in 2026, by regular U.S. mail, exhibit number 2. I numbered, and city numbered, and then Jack didn't want to be doing it, and then everything's messed up there. And then I rechanged everything. I organized everything. I organized every single details in here before I leave, but it didn't work. Anyway, and then she said, yes, am I understanding correctly? And she said, yes, it is. And then I have a few questions after this, if I am understanding correctly. If there was confusion unclearly about requirements, about the sidewalks, I was instructed to proceed it before the matter was fully clarified. There's no answer from her. I didn't get an answer. Or if it was honest mistake, anybody can make a mistake, you know what I mean? And she did. That's fine, you know what I mean? We are not the computer. Even my computer is making more mistake than I do, and I have ADHD. And I understand mistakes can happen. That's normal. Anybody can make a mistake. Why was I told to fill the holes, restore the grass, completely other work immediately? Then when the sidewalk work would require the same area to complete later the part of the one project. She even doesn't know what the hell the process is. Whenever I need to put the sidewalk, if I need to move the trees, I have to do that. There's no matter what. You don't have to be mentioned again and again, again and again, again and again. It's the first video is the same thing. Wood what? Wood is the trees, wood is the lumber, wood is the log, wood is what? Wood is the name for what? Okay, you have to be specified for it. You are a city. You cannot make a mistake. You are a local government, but they are not. I ask one other question. Would it have been the more reasonable and offensive to be complete all the restoration work at the same time and the sidewalk installation? She said yes. And then I go to ask the before court process, which is the June 11, 2025. I'm going to read entire things. We exhibited the 3S. Haydar Bektaş. Dear Mr. Bektaş, Lorraine County auditor's records indicate that the above the property is owned by you. That's me. It has come to my attention that as the proper owner, you are hereby notified of a violation to Avon Codified Ordinance 124819, structures and improvements within the utility easement or right-of-way. You know what it says? There is a structure in the easement in the 15 feet from the road. That's my trees. Anyway, we have a zoning enforcement officer. She doesn't know what is tree, what is the structure are. But we do have a zoning officer in Avon. Recently, multiple arborvitaes were planted in your front yard within the right-of-way, utility easement where they are not permitted. You are hereby notified that you will have 10 days from receipt of this notice to move the trees out of the right-of-way or remove them completely. Failure of the comply with the notice may result future action to gain compliance. Your prompt action to this matter of public health and safety appreciated. Jill Clements and then Dwayne Strader. He's the City of Avon Safety and Service Director. June 11, 2025. Okay? And I answered them. But when I answered them, what I did, I sent it to this answer with the emails. Jill Clements, which is the City of Utilities, their prosecutor, John, and then is John Gessier, who is their law director, and the Timur, and the mayor. I sent these things for everybody. And they got the email. They are getting my emails, but they are not responding it. But everybody has it. Everybody knows who I am. Whoever's concern is started. Everybody knows who I am, having passed the intro level. There are zoning issues at my property. I make it clear, Jill, that otherwise. She will have a hard time being understood. She think trees are structures. If I am wrong, please correct me. I do have a real zoning problems. Neighbors are using my property illegally. This belongs to the zoning department, not the made up story or lie. Usually people attack me, as everyone knows I always speak the truth. According to the Lorraine County Auditor website, PS Lorraine County Auditor, and the parcel numbers I give, my property raped from east, west, and south sides. I want to check the landmark points, but I couldn't find them. West side neighbor moved to the landmarks when they installed the sewer line, mailbox, and etc. East side of have been using my property for farming over 10 years. They moved landmarks. They have been did the farming. They had an income. This is I'm telling you right now. They have a commercial income from my property. Before I proceeded, please notify the neighbor and residential the landmark points. When I was checking the landmark, I smelled the west side neighbors green or black sanitary water, which is apparently connected to the storm sewer. I smell heavily of sanitizers. Of course, I am not scientist, but I only know the thing. Lake Erie starts from the from storm catch basins. If you want to make sure everything is okay up there, I can't treat anyone else because that's not my job. As a good resident, I want to point out that's all. It may be that it is just my imagination. And I said, thanks. And then I got one other violation from them. There is no answer, but I'm getting the violations. Notice of two code violations. References. CO129005H, schedule the maximum sign area temporary sign. CO65002-E, COF, public nuisance. CO66013, safety, sanitation, and health junk. And 129005H4, schedule maximum sign area temporary sign. The violation, the code allows the maximum square footage of the temporary signs to be as a 6 square foot supposed to be, but they didn't write it correctly. It is actually right. This is my answer email for them. This is their violation things, if you want to see. And today's date, you have the multiple signs exceeding the code allowance. In addition, several commercial vehicles and equipments are located at this residential parcel. Pursuant CO129218, you may not legally store such vehicles on a residential parcel and must be removed. Currently, they are arborvitae plants within the right-of-way in the front of your home. Those are statued over the city water main, and they absorb to the city oncoming traffic along the Kinsel, posing a safety issue. I want to say one more time. Those are statued over the city water main, and they absorb the city view oncoming traffic along the Kinsel, posing a safety issue that must be removed immediately. In addition, 2 8-foot posts have been erected in front yard. In you intended to extend your fence, you must obtain the fence permit. I have 2 posts, but I need to take a permit. Maximum height of the fence within the front yard is 4 feet. Chapter percent 1238. These zoning violations are deemed to be public nuisance. In addition, percent 2 CO65002-E, COF, public nuisance. Your property has been determined to meet the conditions outlined in the City of Avon nuisance code, including but not limited accumulation of the debris or refuse conditions adversely affecting public health, safety, and welfare, and failure to the main permits and the clean and orderly manner. CO 66013B, safety, sanitation, and health junk. Your property has been determined to meet condition in this section to prefer as a junk pile of wood, machinery, barrels, other debris, and that are determinant of the public health, safety, and welfare. You are hereby given 15 calendar days to date the notice remove and bring all temporary signage to in full compliance within CO 129005 H4, clean up the property, dispose refuse a junk nuisance condition outline CO 65002 and CO 66013 failure. Correct these violations within the 15 days will result. Statutations is the begin issued. Thank you for your prompt attention and cooperation. Sincerely, Jill Clements. Now, I said I have an additional statement for court. First, I believe Mrs. Clement or whoever prepared this claim may forget and include or correctly describe the following items for the documents. Number 1, fence post. In the July 16, 2025 notice of the code violation, it states, in addition, 2 8-foot posts have been erected in my front yard. If you intend and extend your fence, you must obtain a fence permit. Maximum height for a fence within the front yard is 4 feet. However, I do not have an 8-foot fence post on my property. I do have a 9-foot post erected in my property, but they are not a fence post. I have 6 posts. They cannot even calculate what is the 2, what is the 6. But I helped them. I told them how many. I was honest with them. Number 2, dirt pile. I have a dirt pile in my house too. They didn't see, I believe. I also have approximately 1 tandem axle truckload of dirt location on the east side of my property. The dirt pile is approximately 200 feet south of the northeast corner of the property and 80 feet west from the northeast corner. And I told them, and they didn't do anything. And I told them, if you want to sue me, if you want to add the after G, H, L, K, L, M, whatever it is to go ahead and do it. They didn't do it. Okay. I want to go little more, I guess, in here, and I think it's gonna be more than 30 minutes because there's still a lot to talk. And action A is the junk. I said, does city ordinance is the 66013 M1 regarding the junk refer a pile located north of the garage, east side of the driveway, and approximately 15-20 feet long, a couple feet high, and 5-6 feet wide, which is right here. This is my garage. This is my house, or somewhere around here. And can you able to see this pile from the road? She said yes. I said, can you please show me how do you see? No answer, no picture, no evidence. If the pile cannot see from the road, how was it observed and used as a basis for a citation or a lawsuit against me? No answer. B is the fence. And before I start the fence, as soon as I was going to start the talk, they dropped it. They didn't let me talk. So okay, because there is a lot of nice thing I can able to talk there, but they didn't let me talk. But the fencing I can explain. And judge asked actually what's wrong with the fence? I said nothing wrong with the fence. She said it's supposed to be done in 1 year, and its fences didn't done in 1 year. I said she's 100% right, and she's. I pulled the permit 2022 in May. She didn't even know when it was, but I helped her. I told the right things to do her. And I wanna be sure why those fans didn't finish. That's the reason. There's a neighbor here. It's just 3 houses down. She has been calling the sheriff department, police department, like the civil departments, like my animals are not feeding, not cold, hot, windy. And I sue her, and then finally she stopped. I tried to get a permit from the City of Avon. They didn't give. I passed it 2 times for the zoning, for the size and then height in the building. And then the building department didn't give me the permit. I'm gonna come with the Emily. And 1 year I tried to be deal with that things. And I tried to be get the information about the city's projects and City of Avon's like is the payments, is the change orders and stuff. I tried to be get those because I know they have illegal things going on, but they never share with me. It's also illegal, but they didn't give me. I tried to be get the city codified ordinance. Finally, I get it after the 6 months, wherever I can find. They sue me for the commercial vehicles. Even I was not finding, parking the commercial vehicles, but by the time when they sue me, I play with that one. As everybody know, APL, that's right there. And Jill and I, we have million emails here and there. It goes like, I can go, but it is like, your neighbor is asking this, is the what you doing there, is the why you have a double fence, what you doing this, what you doing that. And then city orienters, I pass 1, I pass 2. And then Emily Hansen, she asked is the structural engineer stamp for the pole barn because the height is 31 feet. And I asked yesterday, have you ever asked any residential project for the structural engineer stamp? She said yes. The good thing I have a proof now. But I really want to know is how many floors did that project? Like 80 floors, 90 floors? But anyway. And then I have been dealing with the other stuff. And the same thing is that neighbor right down there. And then Clements and the police and the neighbors around here. And they want to make sure my animals are feeding right and they have water and they have food. And this is my youngest daughter. It was 2002, 2003. And then this is the Lemon, English name, but we call her Lemon. And she was one day, Miss Clements, she wants to know the information about Lemon. She said, it's a really long email, but I want to just make it short. And she wants to know about I have new animals. I said, how do you know I have new animals? And the people is complaining about it. And little after that I said, what are you trying to do? You know what I mean? How do you know I have a new animal? And she didn't say anything. And then it's like several emails. Long story short the lemon is poisoned and she died. Okay, I'm asking right now. Did Clements killed the lemon? She was only 2.5 years old, or whoever was asking. Because since I put the cameras around my house, nobody died in my house. Nobody died. But what they did is they started this time fighting me with the professionally, and they are using the public entities. They are using the police. They are using the APL, those kind of stuff. Anyway, and but they dropped as soon as they dropped because there's the huge problem with the fencing. And when I come to the back property and Central South and then Gerisimidik, I will explain for everybody because they give his property is giving the damage for everybody, not in my house. Everybody who has house on the south side of the Kinzel Road, at least 10-15 houses, his property is wetlands. They put maybe 50, maybe 100 trucks is the dirt, raise it up to lift, but still there is a high water level. Actually, it's in the police report. One day he attacked my house. Of course, I mean, it's like I cannot do anything because he purchased everybody in the city, all the way to the police to the mayor to the cashier to the everybody. I'm gonna come right there and I will give every single evidence, whatever I know, and I'm gonna be helped to the public entities like state and federal, like is the government, and they will at least know what the hell going on here. And first video for the jail Clements, which is technically the second video I'm finishing here, and I will go from still the B. They dropped the fence, but I'm gonna go still from here.